What's up, Facebook? Let me shut this down before they cut my video off again. Hey, Facebook, what is up? I'm Rain. How you guys doing today? What is today? On this Tuesday, it's one day until this masterclass that I'm super excited about. Hello, love. Thank you for joining. So, I'm going to jump right into it, okay? I'm Rain. I'm a solution developer. I'm the founder of Raining Success Coaching at rainingsuccess.com. I am the author of Grown, It's Not Your Age, It's Your Actions, and the new author of The Switch Up, Why We Fall for Who He Pretends to Be and How to Stop. That book actually came from me asking a few queens who frequent my page, like, what are some issues that we're having in dating and love and relationships? And that was definitely one. Falling for who he pretends to be and not knowing why we kept going through that same cycle, right? But I wanted to come to you today to talk about your single season, our single season. Some people aren't familiar with the term, the terminology, the phrase, or anything about a single season. So let's talk about what a single season is. A single season is right now when you are not married. In life, we go through seasons. Just like in a year, you have 4 seasons, right? Well, throughout different times in your life, you go through different seasons. When you are married, that's your season of togetherness. That's your married season. That's when you're going to be with somebody, you know, assumingly for the rest of your life. If you do it right, for the rest of your life. So that's your married season. Understand this. Your single season, if you do the work, is shorter than your married season. So what you want to do is try to make the least mistakes. I feel like I'm not saying this right. What you want to do is try to make less mistakes so that season is shorter than your married season. And sometimes it feels like you're single for too long. You don't want to be single this long. But if you really think about it, people are single, like, say what? Some people are getting married like in their 20s, in their 30s. Some people in their 40s. But they're staying married until they're 60, 70, 80, not like whenever God calls you home. That season is usually longer than your single season. So you want to make sure that you're doing this right as best as possible, right? So let's go into what it's for. Your single season is to maximize yourself and to create a foundation to base your relationships on. Does that make sense? I'm a successfully single coach, right? Successfully single is happily and actively preparing for your next level, which can be your togetherness, preparing for your next level by developing yourself into the best version of you. Developing yourself to the best version of you. Your single season is when you get to be selfish or practice self-care, I guess, because selfish has a negative connotation, but practice self-care when you get to worry about yourself, when you get to travel, when you get to learn about who you are, what you want, what your purpose is, what your passions are, what your gifts are, what assignment you're supposed to be focusing on right now in your life. That's what your single season is for, right? So yeah. That's what it's for, to really maximize the best you possible. What we use it for is to just live life, you know, whatever moment we're in. I say just live life because it can be like we were going to school or we finished school and we're working. We just go through the motions. We do what's next. When it comes to relationships and things, we use it for getting with someone. We're just trying to get with that person. Now, naturally, we're human, so we were designed to want to mate, right? And now in our single season, we are looking for someone to be with. And so a lot of people say, like, you complete me. We need to already, that's not good. If someone's completing you, that means you're missing something and someone is filling that for you. But if you're doing your single season right, you don't need someone to fill it for you. So what we use a single season for is to get with someone that makes us laugh, to get with someone we think is cute, to get with someone we like. And we try to force that into long-lasting relationships. That ends up in divorce. That ends up in us. Okay, yeah. What that results in is us getting divorced. What that results in is us accumulating a ridiculous amount of baggage. What that results in is us getting away from who we actually were designed to be, like connecting with our spirit and becoming more of the flesh, because we've gone through so many things. We start changing up. We've gone through so many things. Well, now I'm hurt. Well, now I'm going to be angry about this. Well, now I'm going to be not trusting here. Now I'm going to be on reserve for this. Now I'm going to be, now I'm going to guard my heart in this way. Now I'm going to be really nasty because when my feelings get hurt, I'm going to hurt somebody else. Like, that's what that results in, because we're not really maximizing our single season for what it's for. And I know we weren't taught these things, so it's understandable. And I know, like I said, we were designed to want to be with somebody. So then again, that is understandable. And when society lets it be the norm, then that's what we're going to gravitate to. That's what we think is normal. So now we have to do double the work. We have to do double the work to shed the baggage we build up and develop ourselves into who we always wanted to be, or our complete selves. So let's go through this again. Your single season is actually for you to maximize it and to develop yourself into the best version of you. That's what it's for. What we use it for is to hook up, to try to get with people, to try to find someone to marry or to marry us, to, well, most of us use it for that. We may be trying to get ahead in our business, or in our career. It may not be what we're supposed to do, but we're trying to accumulate wealth while simultaneously trying to see who we like, who likes us, who we think is a good match for us, and we haven't done the work on ourselves. What that results in, us having a lot of baggage, us going, sometimes sleeping with numbers of people, sometimes creating soul ties, sometimes having children out of wedlock, or sometimes getting married and then getting divorced. I was watching this reality show, and I'm not big on reality TV, to be honest, but anything in regards to relationships intrigues me, kind of. So I was watching this reality show, and there was this married couple, and they were like on a vacation, and they were talking about, it was some question that was brought up and, to the table for everyone to answer. So they were kind of going back and forth, and the husband disagreed with something the wife said, and he kind of interrupted her. And the wife is like, well, if you would just shut up, and, kind of said, shut up and keep eating. And the husband was a little thickums, so I don't know if that was a dig, or if she was just like, no matter his size, she would have said, keep eating, because he had food in front of him. But I'm sure he took it offensively, and that's disrespectful to do in general. And then you're doing it in front of people. A lot of times, that is what happens when we're not maximizing our single season, because he did not know the values he wanted and the traits and characteristics he wanted in a wife. Because I'm sure disrespect was not one of them. I'm sure disrespect is not one of them. Men crave respect. So that means that they're bickering, they're arguing, they're going back and forth. And then that usually creates a space in your relationship for other things to come in, for other people to come in, for you not to be happy. And for you to really stop and think, like, should we have even gotten married and then get a divorce? Because again, in your single season, you're working on yourself. You're developing yourself into the best version of you. And when you do that, you see things differently. You see things more clearly. Or, let me give you an example. I was not maximizing my single season. I was not. I was doing what the world was doing. I was eager for love. I was in love with love. I was so in love with love when I got into relationships. Like, I was like, I love you. I thought I loved them, but I didn't. I loved love. I loved the idea of them. I loved the notion of who they said they were and what I visioned in my head we could be. That's what I loved. But it wasn't actually them. It wasn't truly our relationship. So what I was doing was I was in love with being in love, and I was dating, and I actually was dating someone. I'd given up on marriage or the notion of it, because I'm like, well, nobody can stay married out here. And I was looking at other people as my point of reference, which is really horrible when you're looking at the wrong people. And what they didn't accomplish in marriage. And I'm like, maybe his marriage is really false and it's not for everybody. And I ended up having a child. Love my child to death. That's how great God is, though, because he can take my sins, my wrongdoing, and create a blessing out of it. And it's responsibility attached to it. That means I got to do more work. Because when you don't do stuff right, you can still get that blessing, but you got to do more work. So that means I have to do more work. But he turned my sin into a blessing. What I knew I shouldn't have been doing into a blessing. But now I have to maximize my single season because I have him looking at me now. Now I have to maximize my single season because he has to see how mommy acts. So he knows how a woman should act. The standards she should have. he needs to see me have someone in my life who is a good, not even role model, but a good influence to him, so he can see what a man acts like, so he can see how a man treats a woman. Like that, now I have to lead by example, and I have to maximize my single season because I have someone watching me and depending on me to do that. A lot of times, parents, we don't always understand that, and we don't know what we don't know, and that's super important because our children, they're not learning by what we say, they're learning by what we do. They don't listen, they don't learn solely on communication. Even the teacher communicates things with them but still writes it on the blackboard, still has them do it and practice it themselves. They see the teacher doing it and then are able to do it themselves, you know. So they learn on more than just communication. They learn through us, let me stay still. They learn through us showing them and being the example for them as well. So that being the case, we have to lead by example. It's real easy to say, do as I say, not as I do. But if you look at even other people that you know, I don't know if I lost connection or not, I said I may have. If you look at other people that you may know, you may notice that the apple don't fall too far from the tree, you know. And when you see people who are successful, I know this young lady, she's super successful. Her mother's super successful. Her mother is in office for, I think, the city of Compton or something. Her mother set her eyes on something, made that her goal, and attained it. That is what she's seen. That was her point of reference. That was her example. I say all this to say, in our single season, these are things that we need to be paying attention to, that we're able to maximize, because when we don't, it results in us building up baggage, building up these experiences that we never should have had, accumulating all these things that we have to then rid ourselves of. Or it can be a child. So now you have to rid yourself of the thinking and the actions that was happening before that, to maximize your single season and develop yourself into the best version of yourself, to be complete on your own. Let me tell you what that looks like when you're complete on your own. When you're complete on your own, you don't go for this, I'm not going to say necessarily, you don't go for the same kind of people you went for before. You don't. I can tell you since being successfully single, and successfully single isn't about staying single, it's just about doing single right. Since being successfully single, I don't even look at the same kind of guys I used to look at anymore. Like, they are not attractive to me. Like, physically, you're cute, you know, but I don't want you. I don't think that's, you know, that's not my kind of man I want. I don't go the same places I used to go anymore. The same things I used to do, that's not fun to me anymore. So much has changed because I realized why I was doing it, what baggage I built up in my single season from not doing it right. Does that make sense? So that's just what I wanted to share with you guys today about your single season. Your single season is not going to last the rest of your life. Your single season, honestly, I believe your single season can last as long as you want it to. You can settle. Excuse me. You can settle and get with someone, and don't get me wrong, you can get married with someone and you guys can have a, you know, seemingly happy life. You won't be getting the blessings that God has for you fully. You could have lived a better life, but I definitely think that you can get married and have a, you know, successful marriage, as in not getting a divorce and not wanting to get a divorce. Excuse me. But if you're maximizing your single season and you're putting in the work, like I said, I think it depends on how long you make it, as long as you want to make it. If you're doing the work, it'll be a little bit longer, but then that marriage lasts. And who wants to get married to get a divorce? So many people are rushing to the altar to have a wedding. But what about the marriage? You don't want the marriage to last forever? I don't want to get married multiple times. I don't. I want to do the work now. Like, I'm cool with doing the work now. Like, I'm excited for who my husband is. I'm excited for my future husband. You don't even know. I'm excited. But I'm not rushing it. Like, I'm cool right now. I'm good, actually. Because I know I have work to do. I know that I have some ways that if God put my husband in front of me right now, we're going to have to go through together. Because we're going to have to get through them to make it to the other side. So one more time, I just want to review this. What a single season is, it's a period of time that you are not in togetherness with someone else. You're not coupled with someone else, it's just you. what it's for you to be selfish, for you to work on you, for you to maximize that single season and develop yourself into the best version of yourself. So you're laying a platform to build relationships on. You're choosing the right person because you've worked on yourself. You have self-love. You're not allowing someone to, you're not allowing narcissistic behavior in your relationships. You're not allowing someone to tell you who you are. You're not allowing someone to dictate your self-worth or your mood. You're not allowing any of that. So that's what it's for. What do we use it for? We use it to live life, work, make a living, and hook up. Not even meaning to hook up. We can be trying to get married, but because we didn't maximize our single season because we're not complete, we get with other people who are incomplete. And that brings a struggle, and that brings disrespect in relationships, and that brings lying and dishonesty, and that brings just experiences that end up in breakups, and a lot of experiences that hurt you and scar you and put all this extra baggage on you. That's what that results in, and now we have to do double the work. We have to shed the baggage, and then we have to become complete. We have to shed all the baggage and experiences and hardships that we went through, and then we have to become complete. And that is really what Successfully Single is about. I had to shed the baggage. I'm still shedding, though. Don't think I have it all together. Being successfully single is a journey. It's not something that you just do and then you've completed it and then your man comes and then you get married. It's a journey, and I fully believe that on your journey you will meet that man and you'll be in togetherness, and whatever things you have left to work on, to begin to work on, you guys will do that together. And then in your marriage, you can continue to work on yourself as you work on that person. But since you've done the work, since you've started the work on yourself, it's easier to do that and work with this person. To be in a marriage and have to complete yourself and then have to work on developing a happy union with an entirely individual person. That's a lot of work, y'all. We're making ourselves do extra work. We're making ourselves do extra work. So I want to come back and talk about relationships and the joy of relationships, and maybe my vision of marriage. I'm not sure exactly, but I do want to come back and talk about relationships. So I hope that you guys enjoyed this scope. If you want to reach out to me, please do. You can send me a message on Facebook. You can go to reigningsuccess.com. You can go to Instagram at Coach Rain, CoachRayn, or at Reigning Success, actually, or Twitter at Reigning Success. All my handles are Reigning Success and at Coach Rain. Also, today is the last day, or just one more day, I should say, to the masterclass. 3 things you're doing to attract a counterfeit. 3 things you're doing to attract a counterfeit. I'm really excited about this class. I hope that it will bless a few of you. I know that I can relate to all of it. And again, from viewing my clients and their stories and what you queens are saying, I believe it's something that you guys can relate to also. So if you go to bit.ly/3 the switch up, bit.ly/3 the switch up, the link should be in the title. You can sign up for this class. It is a free master class, and you have I have a special gift for you guys during that class. So I hope you enjoyed this. Feel free to reach out to me. I love you guys, and God bless you.